Welcome to another episode of Historical Markers. Today we're still going through the Chickamauga battlefield, and right now I'm standing in the Poe Road area. This particular marker behind me is on Poe Road, and I hope you have been enjoying this series. Like, subscribe, and let's see what else we can find in this battlefield area. Bates Brigade. At 4:30 p.m., the center of this brigade crossed the Lafayette Road at this point, and the left being south of the Brotherton House, and the right near the southeast corner of the field east of the Poe House, having Clayton's brigade on its left. The line advanced in the face of severe fire, gradually swinging toward the northwest. The left pierced the Union center and opened an enfilading fire upon troops and batteries stationed near the Poe House. This Union force withdrew to the north line of the Poe field behind a strong line of guns. The approach in the dire field of the head of Brannan's Union division moving from the north caused the withdrawal of Bates' left regiments, while the right, advancing through the Poe field, was repulsed at 5 p.m. by the 20 guns and supporting infantry assembled there. The brigade captured 4 pieces of artillery. The loss of the brigade was 48.7%, and every field officer but 3 was wounded. McNair's brigade. This brigade, the right of the division, advanced at 11:10 a.m. from the first crest east of the Lafayette Road. It reached this position under a heavy flank fire of artillery and infantry. The Union troops immediately in front, while withdrawing to their left, leaving a gap, were struck in flank and rear and driven in disorder. Upon reaching the dire field, the brigade charged across it upon batteries posted on the crest north and west of the Dyer House. Wood's Brigade. About 11 o'clock, the 3 left regiments of the brigade advanced, followed and aided by its battery from the woods to the east of this position, supported by Stewart's division on its left, and made a persistent attack upon King's Brigade. Posted just west of the Lafayette Road, the left of the brigade crossed the road near the Poe House. The combined attack of this brigade and Stewart's division was repulsed by the Union troops in position west of the road behind rail barricades, well supported by artillery and also from a flank and rear fire from breastworks in the woods northeast of the field. The attacking forces then retired to the lines from which they had advanced and were not again seriously engaged until toward sundown. Tennessee, 15th and 37th Regiment Infantry, Bates Brigade, Stewart's Division, 11:30 a.m. on September 20th, 1863. th Regiment Infantry, Brown's Brigade, Stewart's Division, at 11:30 a.m., September 20th, 1863. Tennessee, 45th Regiment Infantry, Brown's Brigade, Stewart's Division, 11:30 a.m., September 20th, 1863. McCants, Florida Battery. The battalion crossed the Chickamauga at Alexander's Bridge early in the morning of the 19th and was posted in rear of Buckner's Corps in reserve. While at that place, this battery was detached with orders to report to Trigg's Brigade of Preston's Division. Late in the day, the battery rejoined the battalion without having been engaged, and thereafter acted with it throughout the battle. About noon of the 20th, the battalion moved with its division to the Brotherton House, occupying several positions without becoming engaged till near 5 p.m. when it came into position on this ground under direction of Major Porter, Chief of Artillery, and opened fire on the enemy, who was then beginning to withdraw under orders from the Kelly field line. The fire was kept up with considerable effect until General Stewart's division, having advanced and closed in across the front, the battery ceased firing. While in this position, the battery was subjected to a fire from the enemy's artillery at about 900 yards range. This is Culpepper's South Carolina Battery, Sunday, September 20th, 1863. Captain J.F. Culpepper commanding. Culpepper, South Carolina Battery. In the morning, the battery was in position on the right of the brigade on a ridge southeast of here. When the enemy advanced about 10:30 a.m., the battery opened fire, aiding in repulsing the attack. In the general advance, about 11 a.m., the battery came into position near and north of the Brotherton House and opened fire on the enemy over the heads of the advancing Confederates. About noon, it again came into action in the southwest corner of the Poe field, aiding in forcing the enemy back on Snodgrass Ridge, and later in the day, by order of General Longstreet, came into action on this ground and opened on the enemy who was crossing the road from his left to his right, and continued to fire, doing fine execution till General Stewart's division in its advance intervened. The battery fired from this position 250 rounds. And this is the Georgia Monument. It's a massive thing. I'm assuming 1899, the date that's written on it, was the date that it was placed. It says, "To the lasting memory of all her sons who fought in this field, those who fought and lived, and those who fought and died, those who gave much and those who gave all, Georgia erects this monument." And here at the edge of the field near the woods, we have Georgia 37th Infantry, Colonel Redler, Colonel Joseph Smith, Bates Brigade, Stewart's Division, 5 p.m., September 19th, 1863. Dirk's Brigade. About 9 a.m., the brigade, then in position on the ridge west of the Dyer Field, moved to the front line west of the Poe House. Arriving in rear of Brannan's division, it was ordered to the support of General Thomas's left. Taking this position in rear of Stanley's brigade, which was soon driven by the Confederates over the line of this brigade lying down on the ground. This threw the line into disorder, and being overwhelmed by the Confederates, the brigade retired, and with the exception of the 44th Indiana and fragments of the 13th Ohio and 86th Indiana, which rallied on Snodgrass Ridge, proceeded to McFarland's Gap and Rossville. The strength in action was 1,122 officers and men. Percentage of loss was nearly 25%. Stanley's Brigade, being relieved about 9:30 a.m. by troops of Wood's division on the line west of Brotherton's. The brigade advanced to this position and formed to check the advance of troops of Breckinridge's division. The latter, after severe fighting and driving Bate's brigade from position, was at first checked and then repulsed, General Adams' commanding brigades being wounded and captured. Subsequently, Stanley's brigade, which had been considerably scattered by its serious engagement with the divisions of Breckinridge and Little, was gathered by its officers and retired to Snodgrass Ridge. We're out in the woods here. Stanley's Brigade, being relieved about 9:30 a.m. by troops of Wood's division on the line west of Brotherton's, the brigade moved to this position and formed to support John Beatty's brigade, then engaged toward McDonald's house. The battery had previously been ordered to Snodgrass Hill. Subsequently, Stanley's brigade, which had been considerably scattered by the furious attack of the Confederates was gathered up by its officers and retired to Snodgrass Hill. Illinois 104th Infantry, J. Bate's Brigade, 10 a.m. September 20th, 1863, supporting Stanley's Brigade. And the Stanley's Brigade marker is right over there. And then there's two roads and a battlefield across the way. Adams Brigade. After overcoming sharp resistance from John Bate's and Stanley's Union Brigade, Adams Brigade reached this line. Stovall's brigade somewhat retired on its left in the Kelly Field. Here Stovall was attacked in front and Adams on the left flank by a sudden charge of Vanderveer's brigade, assisted on its right by an oblique fire of canister from Goodspeed's Ohio battery, and on its left by Stanley's brigade. Under this attack, both brigades withdrew to a position near the morning line. In the final assault, late in the afternoon, this brigade advanced in the center of its division and pursued the Union troops into the woods west of the Chattanooga Road. Indiana, the 86th Regiment Infantry, 2nd Brigade, 3rd Division, 21st Corps, Sunday, September 20th, 1969, 11 a.m. to 12 midnight. Indiana, 44th Regiment Infantry, 2nd Brigade, 3rd Division, 21st Corps, Sunday, September 20th, 1863, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. This is the 11th Michigan Infantry, 11 a.m. September 20th, 1863, participated in captured of General Adams. Well, that was another episode from the Chickamauga National Park, and there is just so many markers in this park and so many areas you really need to come visit. I've got several more markers to find, and so just come along with me and we'll find more markers and see what else there is here to see.